Could former Chicago Bears and current Buffalo Bills quarterback Mitchell Trubisky land a starting job this offseason? What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL here to talk about a lot of NFL teams apparently being interested in one Mitchell Trubisky. So if you are new to the channel, guys, make sure to go ahead and subscribe. If you are not subscribed, make sure to follow me on all my social media platforms, guys, and hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video. Okay, so full disclosure, I am a little under the weather here, so trying to get over this. So I will be fighting through it if my voice sounds a little different. That is the reason why, but I had to just come on here and talk about this, folks. Okay, so I saw this on Twitter and social media everywhere, and you know what? I had a lot of thoughts about it, so I had to share, which is Mitchell Trubisky getting a lot of interest from NFL teams. How do I know this? Well, Matt Miller, who is an ESPN NFL draft scout, basically sent out a tweet saying that he has spoken to more NFL teams about Mitchell Trubisky than he has talked to them about this year's draft class. Now, that says something, folks. Mitchell Trubisky last year was a free agent, okay? When the Bears let him go, he was a free agent. Did not get that much interest from teams. Ended up settling for a backup role in Buffalo for just about $2.5 million. So last year, he was available. Not very many teams were interested. This year, same thing. He's available, but the interest has spiked up a lot. What is the reason? It's not like Mitchell Trubisky's play is the reason because he sat behind Josh Allen all of last season. It's a combination of two things. Number one, a weak quarterback draft class. This 2022 NFL draft class is one of the weakest we've seen in quite some time. There is no consensus number one overall pick. There is no high-level prospect. There is no deep quarterback class. It's a very underwhelming class. And so if you are not going to find your quarterback in the draft, then you look towards free agency. And Mitchell Trubisky is still a guy who has shown flashes in his career, still relatively young. And the second reason is the capital to acquire Mitchell Trubisky would be very low, right? So if you draft a quarterback, you are spending a draft pick, maybe a high one, maybe a low one, mid one, whatever the case is, you're spending a draft pick. To acquire Mitchell Trubisky, you don't have to give up any assets. You just have to sign him and give him money. So those are the two reasons why Mitchell Trubisky is getting interest, is a weak quarterback draft class and low cost of acquisition. So do I agree with this? And I got to be honest with you, folks, I do. And here's why. I'm not a Mitch apologist or anything like that, but I believe with Mitchell Trubisky, it is all about expectations. If you're a team that, again, has not landed your franchise quarterback, then I believe you can have some sort of a reclamation project here with Mitchell Trubisky. We have seen this before working the NFL. Ryan Tannehill comes to mind, right? He leaves Miami, goes to Tennessee, and lo and behold, he turns into a really good quarterback. Not saying that's going to happen with Mitch, but Mitchell Trubisky took Matt Nagy's offense to the playoffs multiple years. Matt Nagy, okay? And he was a Cody Parkey kick from going pretty far in the playoffs. That says something, folks. Now, again, you could be like Faiz. Everyone had the opportunity last season. Well, yeah, here's the thing. Last season was one of the most stacked draft classes, okay? And you had free agent quarterbacks as well. So, like, that's the thing. It's all about the market, the scarcity of it, right? And so, for example, you take a look at a team like Pittsburgh. Big Ben just retired. You really want to roll out Mason Rudolph out there, who hasn't shown you anything? At least the resume that Mitchell Trubisky's put up has been better than Mason Rudolph's. Again, that's not saying much, but to me, why not take a chance, again, on a prove-it one-year deal again for Mitchell Trubisky, but this time a starting job? Why not? Because I'm telling you right now, there are some teams out there that think they can fix Mitchell Trubisky. Last year, because of the other options out there, they didn't want to take that chance. But this year, I think they want to. So there's teams out there. The Commanders, new NFL team name, the Washington Commanders, they're looking for a quarterback. So I believe, I'm cautiously optimistic that Mitch will land a starting quarterback job, and I will be happy for him. Look, the Buffalo Bills executive, Brandon Beane, said that Mitch is the marry your daughter type of guy, and he is a very, very nice guy. He always, put his head down and went to work in Chicago. It was just a matter of the talent, right? He had the skills, but he couldn't put it together, and it just never worked out. But he was never a diva, no personality issues, nothing like that, right? No Johnny Manziel in him, not even a little Baker Mayfield, if you will, in terms of, thinking too highly of himself, nothing like that. He's a great guy, and again, it just didn't work out, but I hope it does for Mitch. And I'm rooting for him, and I hope he gets a starting job, because I'm telling you right now, there's been a lot of freaking bad quarterbacks that have gotten second chances. A lot of them. A ton of them. Mike Glennon comes to mind. There's a bunch of other guys I can name. Mitchell Trubisky getting a second chance is not the worst thing. It's just not. So to me, I believe he will, because I think there are a lot of teams that are looking for a quarterback, and it's a week draft left, so I think he has a chance to land a starting job. I'm telling you right now, if I was the Steelers, I'd rather have Mitch than Mason Rudolph. I'd probably rather have Mitch than whoever the Washington Commanders start. So that's where I'm at, folks. Let me know what you guys think. Mitchell Trubisky, will he land a starting job this season with an NFL team? And if so, which team would that be? Leave a comment down below as always.